What's up? It's Miss Cool coming at you this morning. I had a crazy life. Just let me tell you that first of all. You know, crazy is meaning no supervision. Just uh, just living a life as a child for me uh, was there must have been angels. That's all I can tell you. I did have quite a few angels surrounding me at different times in my life, of course, watching over me, if you believe in angels. Um, I get on here and I express things and I tell stories. I basically invited people that aren't in my family into my life because I believe that there's some sincerity there and some wisdom, and there's just some splashes of different feelings and things. I do have some love that I'd like to share with people. Hardest thing in my life probably for me was to accept things I couldn't change. It's a rough road to be walking on. You think about it and it's like a position in your mind that's, you just needed some shoes. I hardly can get through this show that's on television here. Follow me when I'm talking, all right? Some people say stay in your lane, but I don't have to. I can jump out of my lane. My son's big on that, and he jumps from subject to subject anyhow. But we clash sometimes. But what I was saying is, sometimes it's showed naked and afraid. Let me tell you what, you don't want to watch it, but you end up watching. You're thinking to yourself, my God, now wait a minute, is this... Let me clean off this camera here. Oh, that's a little better because I've been cooking in the kitchen and doing some videos on all my little stuff I like to make. If you love somebody, blend them a doggone smoothie, all right? Check this out, man. I've got date sugar here because I don't want any chemicals. I'm drying out some cashews here, folks, because you can make your own milk. Okay, back to what I was saying. Let me focus here. That show, Naked and Afraid, dude, let me tell you what, that show will bring you into some reality. I mean, these folks are swatting themselves all night with gnats. They're naked. They're stanky. They ain't had nothing to eat but a frog or a lizard or God only knows a snake. I say to people, if you're not respecting what God has given you or life, or if you don't believe in God, just what you have. Be thankful for the roof over your head, the shoes on your feet. Be thankful for your vision, your health, or anything else that you have, okay? And don't be cocky about it either. Watch Naked and Afraid. It's like these people are crazy, man. But hell no, I'd never do it. Just if you were wondering or asked. Do I admire them? I think they're kind of thrill seekers. But you know what? Just like my son says, to each his own. But you know what? I'm not judging. I'm making an observation. It isn't for me. And they purposely do that so you will watch it. But back to my story. My story affects a lot of people, There's a lot of love. Let me tell you the people that really love you in your life, okay, are the people that see every side of you and still receive you, still love you, still admire the good in you. It's almost like you have a bank account. People go into these banks and different places, and they want credit and they want loans. Well, that's what people do when they put themselves into you as family, friends, associates, different people in your life. They've seen you go through trials, and you know what? Their hand is always extended. Let me help you out. We understand how you feel. They don't just run. Now, if you've got family members that run, or you got people in your life that are just done with you, they can do that. People can step out and bow out of a situation for health reasons, or their nerves are shot, or they don't really have any solutions or anything to say to help anybody. You got to respect that, Sometimes shit's worse when you tell certain people. They can love you too. A person can love you a lot and lead you astray. And they're not doing it on purpose. They just make shit worse. Okay? So, sorry I swore, said that. But sometimes Miss School gets going and I got to rant. Okay? Because I do that the gift of gab. I started out real young. I had a child real young. I'm better than some moms that were old. And I'm not saying that we didn't fight, and I'm not saying that, the first college is a sandbox. But, children grow and learn. And as parents, we need to, step up, and we need to, take part in that, and know that you'll never stop being a parent. Now, I got issues with parents that get high with their kids. Okay. I don't know who the hell you people think you are, but any child that hasn't even got a driver's license and stuff like that, shame on you. You will reap disrespect as the years go on. But that's another subject. It's abuse. To introduce any child to any, marijuana, especially the weed they're growing today. And oh boy, we got our cards. Just because some stuff's legal don't mean it's good for you, because that's what Miss Cool's here to tell you. Okay, now I got that name Miss Cool when I was about 13. Okay, it's still on the cement in Pasadena, and I can hold that name if I want. It is Miss Cool. So back to the different people and the different things in your life and how I reach out and want to touch people. This channel was developed for my children, not you. But I decided to let you in. You know why I did? Because a lot of people don't want to come on. A lot of people don't want to open up. A lot of people don't want to be transparent. That's a good word. There's a lot of different words you could use for being an open book. Now, a lot of people shun that. They're like, oh, don't air your dirty laundry. I can if I want. Especially if there's somebody to learn something. Half the people that get involved in sex and stuff, they really don't want that. What they want to do is be accepted. Half the time when people have early on sex, they don't even know. They're like green bananas. You want to eat a green banana? They're not ripe. They're not ready. They're not mature. And they haven't fallen off the tree, to pick up, eat, or ripe. So that's maturity. Now, if you don't have an older apple sitting on a counter that tells the other apple that's not ripe yet, hey, this and that about life, what the hell kind of fruit are you? Well, I'd say you're rotten fruit. And there is rotten fruit. Okay, now I'm going to start talking in parables now. You know why parables are cool? Because you don't want to come right out and tell somebody they're a asshole, or they're stupid, or they're ignorant. So you use a parable, okay? Forgive me, God, I didn't mean to say that, all right? I'm just trying to say that some people are really good at being buttholes, and just being rude and not taking the time to explain things. Being an artist, trust me, I'm a ninth grader. I made it in a big gallery, the Covey of the Arts. They did a whole showcase on me, okay? It was a slate wall. They asked me that night. Okay, I'm going to get back to what I was talking about. But they asked me, you would think that I'm not a humble person, right? I'm very humble. I am. They said, we're going to put this thing on you tonight, Pamela, with about 15 pictures on the wall they gave me, because they showcased me, and this is a big gallery. And they said, meet the artist. They put that badge on me, and I was supposed to meet people with harps playing, pianos, and this and that, and people walking through. I waited for him to leave. I took it off and I left. I thought, you know what? My paintings scream. They don't need me here. But, being humble can lead you in a good direction, you guys. Because, being prideful and thinking you know it all, they're the worst people to be around. They're non-teachable. They're just stubborn. They're like that donkey, man. You can pull all day, and he ain't going nowhere. He'll buck your ass. So what you want to do is get around people that are quieter, calm. If they do get excited, they're not getting excited over, like, I don't know. I like people that do have a challenge. I don't know. I question these people that are fighting, and we've got some friends and associates and people that get in the ring, and these, fighters. But what's driving them? Could it be anger? Could it be blood, winning, this type of deal? I don't know. There's a lot of sports that irritate Miss Cool. I'm going to get random here, and I can do it if I want because it's my channel. Have you ever seen what they do to these bulls? I'm not talking about the ones they let out and run down the things and people jump and stuff and that. They actually tied a bull to a post and lit his horns on fire. That was the worst thing I ever saw. That was so cruel. I've seen some cruel things in my life. What I do is sift them out. Don't focus on them too long. I share them and move on. because we have a shelf and a drawer inside the chamber of our soul, our heart. You know, like when you're asleep, you can't even see, right? But can you? You certainly can. You know why? Because that's your spirit. Your spirit sees when your eyes are closed and you're asleep. Okay, so little wisdom, you figure it out. Those are your mysteries, your canvas, choose your colors, do what you want. All I know is for me, it's interesting that when you're asleep and unconscious, you're conscious. Some people want to debate it. My son Coco, he's all the time talking about consciousness and this and that and the other. All I know is you have to be careful when you're dabbling in alcohol, high grade weed, medications, any of this shit that you want to do when God really did create us. If you don't believe in God, that's cool. But our bodies are made in a fashion that we can have a natural high. You can tap into it. Runners do, artists do. They get in their mojo. Musicians do. But when you're hitting a low, and that's not a chemical imbalance, that's just something that comes along with the territory of being creative. So I'm not the most intelligent person in the world, but I do believe that most of the things I do say are going to make some sense. And I try to put my heart into it. But I'm not going to be foolish and be around people that expect me to be someone I'm not. I can be respectful and I can hold back, but at the end of the day, I got to ask myself, Pamela, were you real? So, just like the old saying goes, don't judge a book by its cover. Now, my Jewish grandmother, I remember like yesterday, holding up her hand and saying, you'll in this life have 5 friends. Want me to say that again? In this life, you'll have 5 friends. You know, my grandmother was right. Yes, she was. She was a Jewish woman, never spoke a word about Jesus. But inside of her, there was so much love. And I would love to emulate anything about her. From her cupboards to her dresses, from her jewelry to her cameo, to just anything that she did. And the love that I have for her. You look back on these people in your life and you wonder why you are who you are today. My mother took so many pills, Jesus, God. I picked up pills in the house and I said, Moms, whose pills are these? Oh, they're dead. They don't need them. But you look back and you look to the people that raised you, the people that you looked up to. I had an aunt that lived in Miami, Florida, Coral Gables, very wealthy. Well, she used to come to California on the plane. And I remember in that airport looking up to her. Oh my goodness, her hair was kind of purple blue, big lipstick, her wrinkly old chest and breasts hanging out, and always had Aunt Lena a yellow box with palm trees on it from Miami, Florida, coconut patties. Dude, these coconut patties were amazing. You opened it up and they were all lined with tissues going down. They're about the size of a hamburger. You know what? You remember things like that. You wonder why when you grow up you kind of dress dramatic or you like necklaces. In different religions and different sectors or whatever word that is. I don't know. I come up with these words, but they judge you. Don't judge a book by its cover. There's some realness in there. Learn that when people do things like that, it's something that they gravitated towards. And usually kids get it at about, 1 through 5. So that's when you want to introduce them to, like whatever you want, like Tiger Woods, golf. Do what you want. Singers, piano players, artists, things like that, okay? So, sometimes when you find somebody very interesting in your life, or these survivors or people that overcome, they're really my heroes. My heroes are not movie stars, though they do try to, put an impression on people. Excuse me, when you're watching a movie and you know that it's going to have a twist and it's going to come around, it could affect your life because it's a good ending. My heroes are driving ambulances. My heroes save lives. My heroes are in the hospitals. So, God bless you. I don't know where I went with this shout out today. All I know is I've got things to do. I'm going to go on a walk and I'm going to pray my knight in shining armor rides in at some point in my life before, I get any older. But like my daughter says, Mom, you're just so doggone picky. I've gone on some dates with some gentlemen. I wasn't very impressed, okay? And I did give them a chance. But Miss Cool's pretty picky. I think you should be picky too with your life, okay? I think you should know that you're very special and that God created you. If you don't believe in God, go ahead and kind of figure out that. I don't believe you need a Bible to figure out, why we're here. So I love you. Have a great day. God bless you. It's Miss Cool. Peace.